Hey guys and gals, Blue Life here, and welcome to my DVD update for the month of August. Now, I have quite a lot to go through. I think I went a little overboard this month, but that's okay because for the next couple months, I'm really not going to be picking that much up. I think I'm just going to mainly focus on The Lion King, and that's probably about it. But, you know, I'm going to try to go through these as fast as I can. I'm going to be brief with the descriptions, and I won't go in depth with the special features. So the first two are DVDs that I received in the mail from Joseph10704, another YouTuber on here, and a good friend of mine. So he sent me Live Free or Die Hard. This has the theatrical and unrated editions on it. I watched this the other night, and I have to say, it doesn't live up to the original Die Hard, but you know, it's still a lot of fun and a very entertaining action film. So next up is a movie that I still haven't put in yet, but it is The Protector. It's a martial arts film starring Tony Jaa, and it's a 2-disc Ultimate Edition, and as you can see, it's a Blockbuster exclusive. And I was a little concerned when I got this because, as you can see, it only has disc 2, and I was like, oh, I won't be able to watch the movie, that sucks. But disc 2 actually has the uncut international version on it, so I'll still be able to watch it. So very cool. Next up is one I picked up at Big Lots, and this I got for $3, but it is The Mask of Zorro. Now, you guys know I love this movie. I used to have it on Blu-ray, but I gave that copy away to Joseph10704 because I really wanted him to see the movie. But this is a fantastic film. Great action, great humor in it. It's just really fun. And you know, I saw this for $3, and I know I'm going to be picking up the Blu-ray again sometime in the future. So I thought, for $3, let's go ahead and make a DVD combo pack of it. So I picked that up, and what was really cool is that it came with this booklet. And of course you have scene selections on the back, but you also have some nice pictures and some information on the film from different people that were involved in it. So that is very cool. Now, in my first vlog video, I talked about how I wasn't going to be picking up Star Wars on Blu-ray, and it's mainly just because it was just too expensive. I just can't afford it right now. But I did say that I wanted to get them on DVD because I only have it on VHS. So I saw this in FYE a couple weeks back, and you know, I had just traded a few things in, so I had some store credit, and this was used for I think around $12.99. And I picked up my favorite Star Wars film. It's The Empire Strikes Back. And you know, after watching this again, I was thinking about why it's my favorite Star Wars film, and I think the reason is because while it does have, you know, a good story, some great direction in it, it's more so that it's such a depressing film. I mean, the good guys lose in this one, and you know, I think that's why I like it. I know that sounds kind of odd, but you know, it's very bold to do something like that in a film. And you know, it works really well within the trilogy format. And you know, I think the art on this, the cover art, is just really good. What's even cooler is the art on the DVD. I think that just looks phenomenal. And so after I picked that up, of course I was wanting to get the other two Star Wars. I couldn't find A New Hope though. A New Hope was a bit expensive for me. If I wanted to get it brand new, it's like $35 on Amazon. I might be able to pick it up cheap, used somewhere in the future, but I saw this one for about $15, brand new, and so I had to pick it up. It is Return of the Jedi. Now, a lot of people don't like this film because of the Ewoks, and personally I don't have a problem with Ewoks. I like them. I will say though that the beginning of the film on Tatooine is great and action-packed, and then when they get to Endor, it does kind of slow down a little bit and doesn't pick back up until the final confrontation at the end. So yeah, I mean, the pacing is a bit odd on this one, but it's still I think a great conclusion to the series. And this one also has some great artwork on the disc, and of course, both The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, these are the limited edition ones that include the special edition on disc 1 and then the theatrical edition on disc 2. So there's disc 1 and there is disc 2. So some great artwork on those. Now this is something else I picked up with store credit at FYE. And this is a show that I grew up watching and remember it being just very funny. And it is Boy Meets World, the complete first season. And you know, for some reason I got in my head that the first couple seasons were good, but the last couple seasons were the best. And I could not be more wrong. You know, this season is great. It's very funny. I was laughing my ass off watching this. But, I mean, this has a bonus episode from Season 4, which is kind of an odd release. I mean, kind of an odd feature to have. And some audio commentaries as well. But just, you know, there are a lot of good life lessons on this show. And, you know, overall, you know, it's got great characters and just, it's written really well. So after I watched that, I was like, I gotta have some more Boy Meets World. So I picked up the complete second season. And I should mention that when I got these at FYE, they were $10 each on sale. So that was really, really cool. Great deal on that. But, you know, this season is just overall better in comparison to the first. I mean, the writing just gets better. The relationship between Corey and Topanga kind of escalates a little bit. And, of course, with this you get audio commentaries and also a picture-in-picture audio commentary. Now, what's interesting about these is that way back in 2004, Disney actually had the license for these, and they released the first 3 seasons. And I guess it didn't sell well because they stopped releasing any more seasons after that. So, I think a year or 2 ago, Lionsgate picked up the license, and they re-released the first 3 seasons, and I guess it's been selling well ever since because now they're coming out with the final season in October. So that is just awesome that this great show is actually getting a full release. But yeah, also I should say they introduced a new teacher in this season called Mr. Turner, and I really like his character. And they kind of do away with his character in later seasons, which is a shame. But it's still a great show. I highly recommend picking that up. Next up, this is one I picked up for I think like $7 at Books A Million, but it's one of these Mill Creek Entertainment kind of cheap sets. But it is Sherlock Holmes' Greatest Mysteries, and it has 8 movies on it and 39 television episodes. And the television show in question is actually an American television series, and as a bonus on this, they actually have some introductions by Christopher Lee, who actually played Holmes in a few different features. But I haven't had time to really watch any of these yet, but the movies themselves look, I mean the synopsis of them look really good, so I'm really looking forward to plowing through those. Now, next up, this is one that I got from Disney Movie Rewards. I kind of cashed in my points to get this. And basically, I was kind of looking on Amazon because these Wonderful World of Disney movies are on Amazon. And this one was going for about $15, and I really didn't want to pay that much to see it, so I went ahead and got it for, I think it was like 800 points. And it is Rob Roy, the Highland Rogue. And I really wasn't sure if I was going to enjoy this or not, but after putting it in, I have to say it was a very charming film and quite good. And the main villain in this is actually played by Michael Gough, who, if you're familiar with the Tim Burton Batman films, like, I mean, who isn't familiar with those? But he played Alfred in them, and he also, if you're familiar with the classic series of Doctor Who, played the Celestial Toymaker in one story. So, as far as special features on this, really you don't get any. You just get the movie, but it's just really cool that we're getting these Wonderful World of Disney, you know, Sunday night movies out on DVD. And these are actually Disney Movie Club exclusives. Of course, they are available, as I said, on Amazon as well. But I definitely recommend checking some of these out. It's great to have these released. Okay, now for my final DVD, it is a Doctor Who release. I've been slacking on picking these up because there's so many out there. But it is Doctor Who, The Seeds of Doom. Now, while I've seen most of the classic series, there are maybe about 5 episodes, or 5 stories, that I haven't seen, and this is one of them. And I've heard really good things about this story. And, it did cost $27.99 on Amazon, and I did have $30 of credit on there. So I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and pick this up because, I've heard such good things, and it's got some nice special features on it as well. And it was a really good story. The basic premise is that the scientists in Antarctica find these pods frozen in the ice, and so they bring it back to their camp, and as it begins to heat up, it actually, like an arm comes out, and it actually infects one of the scientists and turns him into a monster. And basically it's about a space plant trying to take over the world, pretty much. And it sounds ridiculous, as a lot of Doctor Who plots sound, but it's a very fun story, written very well, has some great lines in it, and some awesome special features. This is a 6-part episode, so really recommend this if you enjoy Doctor Who. Now, finally, I'm at the Blu-rays. So this first one I picked up for, I believe it was $8 at Best Buy. It is Chasing Amy. And, really the only Kevin Smith movies I've seen before this are, I saw the first 2 Clerks, and Dogma. And those were the only Kevin Smith movies I've seen. So I was really looking forward to picking this one up because I've heard really good things. And this is a phenomenal film. It's very funny, and it really does take kind of an honest approach to looking at relationships. The basic plot of this is Ben Affleck plays a guy named Holden, and he is a comic book artist. And he meets Alyssa, who's played by Joey Lauren Adams, and she's also a comic book artist as well. And they kind of hit it off, and then he finds out she's a lesbian, and so they continue hanging out. But then he begins to fall in love with her. So it's an interesting story, and just I think it's very honest in its approach, and it does have some nice special features on it. The picture quality on this isn't the best, but it's by far not horrible. It's just a decent transfer on it. But yeah, very good film. I highly recommend checking that out. Going from a Kevin Smith film to a Jim Henson family film, I have The Muppets Take Manhattan. And of course, this is a Blu-ray DVD combo pack. This one came out a few weeks back, but I really enjoy the Muppets. And I remember when Muppets, kind of when the Muppet Show came back, I think in like the late '90s. I think they called it Muppets Tonight. I remember because Sunday nights kind of were kind of like a TV night for my family, and we would sit down and watch. We would watch that. I think America's Funniest Home Videos, and then I think they had Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman on. So I kind of grew up with the Muppets on that and just love the Muppets. And so the new movie is coming out this Thanksgiving. So I thought it would be nice to actually catch up on some of these older Muppet movies that I haven't seen. And so I watched this, and it was very funny. It was much funnier than I was expecting. So I definitely recommend checking this out. And it doesn't have a lot of special features on it. Just an interview with Jim Henson and some Muppetisms. With Miss Piggy, Kermit the Frog, Pepe, and Fozzie the Bear. And then you have BD Live enabled. And of course, there's a region-free one. But definitely recommend checking it out. It's very funny. Next up is a Blu-ray that I got for a great price, just $5. It is The Proposition. Now, this is a Western that I really think everyone should watch. It's got some great performances in it. It's just a very well done film. And I mean, it stars Guy Pearce, Ray Winstone, Danny Houston, John Hurt, David Wyndham, and Emily Watson. You definitely have to pick this up. There is another version of this out. I think like a DVD combo pack of it that costs a little bit more, but I picked this up for $5 at Kmart of all places. So, you know, great deal on this one. And the picture quality is quite good as well. Now, the last two Blu-rays I have to show you are both Disney releases. The first one is one that Joseph10704 sent me, and it is Secretariat. Now, I watched this one about a week ago, and it's quite a good film. It's based on a true story of a housewife that has this horse that she's racing, and I mean, it's pretty much a huge underdog story, and it's just a really good film. It's probably not one that you're going to watch over and over again, but it's still done quite well, and it's just got a good story in it. So, I mean, I would definitely recommend renting this. Now, finally, we end with a Disney film that has gone back into the vault. It was actually going back into the vault in April, and you know, I didn't have it. I was kind of debating whether or not I was going to get it, because I was thinking, it's like, oh well, this is an older film, and the animation's not going to be as good, and I'm not going to be able to get into it. But you know, I was like, I got to get it for the Disney collection, so I picked up Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This is a Diamond edition, and I watched this one, and it was really good. I was really surprised how well I was able to enjoy it. But I mean, this came out way back in, man, I think around, I can't remember it. I think it was earlier than 37, but I think it was maybe early 30s. But no, it came out late 30s. But very good film, and this was the first feature-length animated film, and this has got some great features on it. They really go behind the scenes with you know, into Walt Disney's life and life at Disney Studios. So just very cool that I have that now. But guys, that is it for my DVD update for the month of August. So till next time.